Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are starting on some of the mods that we talked about in the S15. Finally some stuff showed up, and some more stuff's on the way, and it's getting close and I can see that from the tracking, so we're going to start doing some stuff in the engine bay. Today we're going to be pulling this rocker cover off, doing a brand new Nissan rocker cover gasket, colour matching this rocker cover, putting an A and fitting him here, and assembling it all back together for when my catch can shows up, which should be hopefully in the next week. As soon as that gets here, we can make a bracket, we can mount it right here where our charcoal canister was, and we can start making the lines that are going to run from here and then one from the catch can back into the OEM port down there. So we're gonna get into that today. So first things first, we'll start unplugging everything, start undoing all the bolts and getting it ready to come out. So first things first, I'm going to pull the coil cover off. I always start here. I don't know, it's just, you know, creature of habit. You do things a certain way and you just kind of run with it. So I'm going to pull off this Tomy pad coil cover. Then I'm probably going to pull off all the, well, you need to pull off all the coils, I would say, sorry. There's a bolt in the middle, or maybe two in the middle. I haven't actually done this for a while. That holds the rock cover down in the middle, so you need to take those out as well, but we won't do that just yet. But yeah, so I'm going to take this off, coils out, then I'll go around and unplug all my wiring that's attached to the rock cover. Then obviously we've got all our breathers here, so you need to take those off as well. So we'll do all that, and then we should be able to unbolt the bolts around the outside and just lift this right up. So now we've got that off, you can see all our coils are exposed. So here's our coils here, 10mm bolts, 4 of them, pull our coils out. I don't know if these coils are any good, they're just what came in the car. They've been going alright so far, so can't really complain. But yeah, this is what it looks like if you don't run a coil cover. Kind of looks cool, but I prefer the clean look of having one, so we'll keep that Tomy one, maybe clean it up, or I don't know. I've been contemplating painting it black to match the piping. Just let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, maybe we'll do that. But otherwise we'll just leave it polished, match the intake, and then when we get a nice manifold in here as well, that'll be polished as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think below. So we'll take these coils out now. So I got my electric ratchet, got my 10 on there, and we should just be able to out. It's a good idea as well when you're pulling the coils out just to leave them in order of where they were, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just for like diagnostic purposes, I guess, as well, just so you know, like if you're having problems with one coil, you don't get, like, take them all out, put them down, and then like lose which coil was where. So if you've got a misfire on coil 1 and then you take it and you put it on coil 3, on cylinder 3, and then you realise that the problem's changed, that's how you know. So if you keep them in order all the time, you know when you're chasing a problem or something, it makes it a lot easier. Them all in order there. The red one is number 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to leave them there, they don't need to move, they're not going to be in the way, so they can stay where they are. Now you can see we've got the one bolt in the middle there for the rock cover, and another one down the back there. Don't know why the hell that one's an Allen key, that's frustrating, but oh well. And then got all the ones around the outside, and obviously we need to take all these off, so we'll start taking those off now. Sometimes these will need a bit of persuasion, so last one. So while I've still got the rocker cover bolted down, I actually want to pull out that there breather, because that's where I want to put my A-in fitting in. So we're going to get some vice grips on that, and then we're going to twist and pull that out. So here we've got some adjustable vice grips, so you can tighten that bolt there and it makes them squeeze tighter or opens them up. So we're just going to grab that. Hopefully, oh, not tight enough. Squeeze them onto here. Twist and pull. And these fittings are just pushing, so that can pull straight out. So now I've got room for my A-in fitting. So here's the fitting here that I was talking about. It's A-in 12 or dash 12 one end, push into the rocker cover the other end. So after we've painted it, we should be able to push this into the rocker cover just here. So in terms of wiring that's on this, I think it's just this cam angle sensor here. Then it's got like a fitting there, zip tie thingy into that there, and then someone's put some P-clamps here, which is nice. Another one there. Might need a screwdriver to pop that out. Oh, no, there we go. Another one. So now we should be able to just undo all of our bolts and stuff around the outside, and this rocker cover should pop off. Now that those are all done, should be able to pop this up like so. So pull this off and start getting it ready for paint. She's looking light down in there. Cam's looking good. It's nice and golden. If you guys can see, it's a bit reflective. Oh, there you go. Tomy Pond Cam SR20 det. So this motor already has Tomy Pond cams, which is good. Seems a bit slack, I don't know. So yeah, cams, bigger injectors, manifold down here, oil catch can, bigger fuel pump, tune, hopefully 220 kilowatt, 300 horsepower. That's what we're going for. So while we've got the rocker cover off and getting it ready for paint, we obviously want to put something over the rocker cover just to stop dirt, dust, all that kind of shit getting down in there. So I just got an old t-shirt, old rag, whatever you guys want to use. I don't ever wear this t-shirt, so I just chucked it on there just to stop dust, dirt, grime, whatever going down into our motor. So yeah, make sure you put something over that, because any bolts, anything that goes down there just by accident could cause massive issues later on. So stop that from happening as best you can. So now we have our rocker cover off, obviously we need to strip off all this old paint. I did this in a wrinkle finish last time, so this is going to take a bit of work, so I'm not going to show you everything. But I've also got a wire wheel on a brush here, on a drill, sorry, go like this. It's just good for getting in these bits that you can't really sand with your hands, so I'm going to sand all this up now, and then I'll bring this back to you once this is all sanded, because this is going to take a while and you guys don't want to sit and watch me do that. So we'll get this prepped and then we'll get it ready for. So I've got my rocker cover all sanded up. Just going to use some brake clean and a rag, clean it all down before we lay some primer. So I'll just clean that up now and then we'll start primer. What's up, we're back. I just popped out for a bit with Grant from Final Touch. Went in his GDR, went to a car show, grip and go. You guys might have seen me there with my Frenchie. So the light's a bit shit. With my Frenchie, Louis. No car obviously because it's behind me here. There's no rocker cover, but yeah, we've got this all prepped up now, as best as I can really with what I've got at home here. So I've cleaned it all down just with some brake clean on a rag, just letting it dry for a little bit longer, and then going to prime it with some etch primer because there's a bit of bare metal on this thing now, and then we'll do 1 or 2 coats of etch primer, well 1 coat of etch primer, that's good, and then we'll start putting the red on. So yeah, I'll wait for this to dry and we'll prime it up. So I've got it all primed up now and it's all drying. Good thing about primer is you can kind of see lots of spots that you miss, so now I'm going to be able to go back through with my fine tooth comb and just sort of sand a few areas that I missed that weren't very good, and prime it again, and then we should be ready for base coat. So I've got it set up in my Cuzzy Customs booth here. Got my red, just a little bit of a test spray. So yeah, we're just going to lay a nice light coat for the first coat, let it take off, do a second and probably a third, let that dry. I might let it dry for an hour or two, then sand back the letters, then clear it. So just hit it and see what she comes out like. Whew. She's bright. Let that tack off for a bit and then we'll spin around and get the other edges. There she is, starting to dry off, nice and bright red. It's crazy cracking a little bit because I didn't, well, like cracking the paint's like going funny because I haven't let it tack off properly, so make sure you guys use a heat gun or leave it for a while between coats. I've kind of rushed it and it's ruined it, so I'm going to have to redo this, but for video purposes we're just going to finish it. So yeah, there it is, bright red, close enough, you won't notice when it's in the engine bay. So we'll wait for this to dry off properly before we put some clear on. So my rocker cover is now dry, as you can see. Unfortunately it's flamed up a wee bit, but like I said, I'm just going to finish it this time around just for video purposes, and I have to strip it down and fix it sometime later. But what we're going to do now is just mask out the letters, then get our sanding block, sand them down before we clear the rocker cover. So as you guys would have saw in the last couple of videos, I fucked up the rocker cover. So I spent most of my morning stripping it down. That's what we got here. It's not perfect, but hopefully this time it should be a lot better than it was last time. So put some etch primer on it, just waiting for it to dry. I'm going to spray some red on. I'm not going to rush it as much this time. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to put the diff back in, the spare diff, and yeah, so we'll paint this one up and hopefully it comes out better. So we're having better luck this time around, guys. So here we go. It's the rocker cover, it's tacking off. This is the second coat. I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to clear it, and then I'm going to sand back the letters, and then I'm going to clear it again. I think it's the way I'm going to do it. But yeah, just make sure giving it a long time to dry between coats, because yesterday I rushed it to try to get this video done for you guys so I'd have a free day today, and now I'm doing it again. So yeah, long time between coats, guys, just to make sure that it does stick properly. The colour I think is a little bit brighter than the car, but you're not going to notice as much when it's in that engine bay over there, so I'm going to carry on. So I've just banged the third coat on the rock cover, right here, and I've got the shirt still on here, as I was saying yesterday, so we don't have any oil going up in there. You know, any dirt going up in there. Got my coils lined up on my windshield in order, and I've got my diff mostly back in, so I'm going to finish putting that in there. I've got the axle bolts and the drive shaft bolts. Do all those up, put the exhaust back on, and hopefully by then the rocker cover will be dry enough to clear, and we can clear that, let that dry, and then mask out the letters, sand them down, and clear it again, so we've got a nice shiny Nissan twin can 16 valve shining through with our alloy intake, and then our Tome powered coil cover. So hopefully that'll look quite good amongst here, red and black, can't go wrong. So I've just laid on the clear there, you can see it's nice and shiny, kind of makes the colour look more like the paint of the car. That's sort of close enough anyway that you're not going to notice. There's a little bit of shit in it obviously because it's just spray paint, but I think we jump over here. For what it is, it's going to be alright. So we'll let that cure off now for 30-40 minutes, and yeah, then we'll sand down the letters and give her another coat. So I've let my rocker cover sit for a few hours. I've taped out the lettering, so now I'm just going to get a block and some sandpaper and sand down my Nissan, and I'll show you what it looks like. So here she is, all sanded back. It looks good, so now we just got to put this on the car. So now that that's all painted, we need to put this rocker cover back in here. I've got a brand new gasket just because every time you pull this off, you don't have to replace the gasket, but I'm just going to because I don't really want an oil leak, it's just a pain in the ass. So what you need to do is you need to clean down your surfaces, so you need to clean down the rocker cover on the inside where the gasket's going to go, and then along here on the head, all these half moons and stuff where you've got gasket goo before, because you do actually want to put a little bit of gasket goo on these little bits. There's two at the back there as well, just on these corners just to help them seal. Everywhere else though, leave it bare metal, just make sure it's clean, ready to go. Yeah, and then we can put our thing on, put our nuts and bolts in, and see what she looks like inside this engine bay. So here we have it, sitting in the car, super bright. But yeah, new gaskets on, so go through now and put all our bolts in, put our coils in, put our can cover on, and plug her up, and we can see what she actually looks like in here. So I've got the rocker cover all tightened down now. I've put the coils in, put all the lines back in, plugged everything in, and the last thing to do is get this piece here. Pick this up. Give it a bit of a wipe on the old shirt. Oh, make sure she's the right way. Ooh, she's complete now. Tighten this in, and yeah, looks good. So there it is. It's pretty bright. I don't know if I'm the hugest fan of the colour, but it'll do for now. It's interesting. It's supposed to match the red of the car. Kind of does. Maybe it's a little bit brighter, but it's a good video for you guys, I think. There she is, guys. Ooh, all the angles. All painted up. Pretty bright. Not sure if I'm a fan, but we'll leave it for now. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Painting rock cover. Getting it ready. Got my aim fitting down here. Just waiting for my oil catch handle shot. Got them out here. run the line from that fitting across, then down where this pipe here goes. If you guys can see it, down in there, back to the turbo, and then eventually our high-rise manifold. I think this will tie together nicely, so yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Catch you in the next video.